What up, guys? It's RSI, and today we're doing a video on topic of Universal Studios theme park adventure. And the topic of that, we have 2 copies of these games. And just to tell you a little bit of history of this game before we get into gameplay or anything about it. Yes, it is not the best GameCube game in the world. Yes, it was first hand of trying to bring a theme park game to life. Obviously, it only hints out most of the attractions they had in the time, especially when this came out in 2001. We're missing a bunch of attractions throughout the whole Universal theme parks, because remember, Universal does not own full-on license to most of the attractions they had at the time and now. So if they were to make this again, they'll have to go through Warner Brothers or Netflix or other studios companies like Disney or etc. So what we're gonna talk about is that before we get into gameplay, did you know that this game is not based on Universal Studios Florida or Hollywood, but yet they do have Jurassic Park, E.T., Back to the Future, and Jaws, with Backdraft or the Waterworld. What else they had? They had a couple other attractions that you will see in this game that I did not name. But yeah, the reason I say it is not based at Universal Studios Florida or Hollywood is because during 2001 they were barely gonna open up Universal Studios Japan, and I guess Nintendo wanted to have this game based on one Universal Studios and not featured different parts of other Universal Studios like Florida or Hollywood at the time, because those are the only 3 Universal Studios that existed besides Islands of Adventure. But Island of Adventure, there is no mention of Islands of Adventure besides a Jurassic Park, because Hollywood and Japan had Jurassic Park in their park, but Florida did not. It was just the second park of Florida. But yeah, before we get to the topic, like I said, it's based on Universal Studios Japan, and talking about Universal Studios Japan, we are going to explore that in the mid-future. So the reason why I'm doing this video is because to get myself hyped for that mid-future of Universal Studios Japan, and that we all know the 3 original Universal Studios were the movies era of Universal Studios, because nowadays you're just riding rides that are based on video games, based on attractions were based on shows, and attractions based on some nice trilogy movies that replaced other attractions that were actually maybe kind of successful than that movie. But we're not talking about that, as long as everything works. And yeah, then one more time, we are also replacing attractions that are based on talk shows, based on movies that are barely it. But yeah, so this whole video, this whole section about it, back in 2001, Universal Studios was opening the grand opening of Universal Studios Japan. So I guess Nintendo and Universal partnered up and I guess digitalized the design of the park and made its own game called Universal Studios Theme Park Adventures, and that is just based on Japan. Everything in that game, Japan had every attraction, every section you went to that game, exactly it's what you were going to at that time at Universal Studios Japan. So yes, Universal did do that game. It was okay. It was not the best game in GameCube history. They're way better. They're more expensive. Since I got 2 copies, which I'll show you again because I'm just like that. These copies were kind of cheap. This being no menu, because why should I care about the menu? It's not a collector edition or anything like that. I mean, I got one right here with the menu. The thing is that when I got this game, I was about 12 or 13 when I received that game. Honestly, being a Universal Studios fan, I loved it. Now, going through that, I know there's a Minecraft edition of Universal Studios that I haven't played yet because I barely be on PlayStation or Xbox or Switch, which I got Switch 2, 1, and PS5, and I won't be on that. But yeah, we are gonna try that that version of Minecraft pretty soon, since since I'm already talking about this. But yeah, so let's get to the game clips of that game that wasn't the best in his GameCube history.
Alright, so we're at the menu right now. So we're gonna put in easy mode because why not, and then have this off because why not? You don't really need to have it in difficult mode, normal mode. It's the same thing, no achievements. So yeah, you see the entry of Universal. Yeah, we can see the globe too. Usually the globe is actually like this in real life. You actually have it outside in a weird loop, metal detection loop. I'm not sure because I haven't been there yet. That is the globe with the theme park or out the theme park, but there's another way entry into it. I don't know, but we're gonna check this out right now. So we're collecting the letters that are left behind or as garbage around the theme park area. Oh yeah, so we're gonna talk about this person. So we have to get a cap. Just 2,000 rides. You get a freebie, just to let you guys know. So there's a hat that you don't have to buy unless you really want it as a collection. Even though, like I said, there's no achievements in this game. So yeah, we bought a hat, so we go on another ride besides the freebie because somehow let's go into this one. Somehow every attraction got a line. You gotta buy express, and the only way to buy express, I wish this is real life. I wish this is in real life. You just buy a merch for the ride. That's your literally express pass. I wish in real life we go to Universal Orlando or Hollywood or Disney, and we could buy a merch for a ride that will let us in front of the line. That's how crazy this game is inaccurate with theme. I mean, remember, this was in 2001. I don't think, express or what do you call it, lightning lanes were a huge big deal back then as of today because they're pricey. But yeah, here we go. E.T. Adventure. One of the coolest theme park ride that still stands in Florida. Not in Japan. It's replaced in Japan. It's replaced by Zed, a Space Fantasy Edition, which I can't wait to check it out. But anyways, so yeah, so this is the ET ride. We were pretty much telling us the basics of how to control the bike and how to move around. So here's ET. So this is basically based off the movie, not based off the ride. If you guys, really, have been to Universal and stuff like that. So you got a little ET not moving on the net. And yes, you could fall just riding the bike if you don't do it right. So yeah, for example, I might show you in a bit. But yeah, somehow we're flying over top car. See, there's an example. Then we got mountains of rock balls, which I don't remember it being in the ride or the movie, which is crazy. An extra thing to, worry about in this game. And then we get that motion that we're flying in the credit scene or mid scene of, this game. Pretty decent. And then we follow up back on the ground, which is crazy because I don't remember in the ride we ever doing this. And then we're making it to a spaceship, as you can see in the line. Yeah, it's foggy. Don't remember that in the ride. Don't remember it being foggy, besides that cool smell. And then yeah, we get to ship out ET into the spaceship, which is not in the ride. So these are extra pieces of movie in this game, if you really pay attention. So there's a high score because we're the only ones that ever played this in this menu. But yeah, so our next request is kind of boring. I know. You may see it as in the theme parks, maybe not. Maybe people don't really care. A quiz. a quiz, alright? It's about, I'll show you right now. So, Winnie Woodpecker, or Winnie Pecker, whatever we call her, she has a quiz for us. And yeah, you don't really see this in the theme park. I mean, maybe the staff member will probably try to test you. But yeah, this is easy quiz. And you really just look these up, which yet you don't have time to look them up. So you gotta hurry up with your Google lookup. But anyway, yeah, we passed. Yeah, we get the stamp. So we gotta collect a couple more stamps to get the cool Universal ending, which is crazy. I'm not gonna spoil it, but oh yeah, we got this Wild Wild West game we play in this game, which is actually a show in the real world, and it doesn't exist anymore. It was in Florida. I don't think it was in Hollywood. Maybe I could be wrong, but it was in Florida. That was replaced by Fear Factory. Then it's not replaced by anything else at this point. So yeah, in this part, it's pretty much like a shooting prize game. You know, we got one of those things at Universal and Disney where you win a prize, but this is not a prize, this is a stamp. Easy win, easy W. Tell you that. Next person, we got like 3 rounds in this game, I believe. Yeah, I don't know if a kid can shoot an adult in real life, but this is crazy how these adults let this kid just win. This kid just visiting this park, and somehow he's taking W's compared to these pros at the theme park. Anyway, so we get our little stamp, and then we still gotta collect those letters to complete the other stamp for Universal Studios. Yeah, so then we go to our favorite attraction, the one I can't wait to go on, Jaws, the ride, only at Japan. Not in Florida, not anymore. But yeah, this is not the ride. This is actually kind of the movie in the mix, because we don't get we see an orca on the ride, but we don't get on an orca boat on the ride. So yeah, Jaws is trying to eat you up, so we have to prevent that. The only way to prevent that, if we get these barrels and just throw it at the shark when he launches, which is crazy. You get these boats, they didn't have to lose, but you don't eat it. But if you destroy his lifespan, he just leaves. It's just crazy. Once you destroy the shark, not just let him leave because he doesn't want to eat you no more. Yeah, but this is a PG-13 game. Of course, not see no blood or anything else like that. So yeah, we get our stamp for that ride, and then we go to Jurassic Park. Oh, thank God Jurassic Park hasn't changed at Universal Studios Japan. I don't know about Florida. I doubt Florida's gonna change it to Jurassic World. But yeah, thank God Japan still stands to this day, to this year, 2026. But yeah, so we're gonna go, which is a little different from Jaws. I don't know why we could just got this at the Jaws game or attraction in this game. The crazy thing is we're shooting dinosaurs in this thing. There's no blood, but you're shooting with lasers. It's crazy. Of your vehicle, which my vehicle got full life. Then we got, flying dinosaurs, which, are pretty cool because Jurassic Park in general is like its own theme in theme parks. Then we gotta destroy this T-Rex. We eventually will. Then we get this cutscene, and after this cutscene, you really don't do much. You pretty much just completed the game. I don't know what's the point of this cutscene. If you're not gonna continue anything, you just end it at this point, These little dinosaurs you shoot before you get to this ranking. I just skip it, Anyways, we are just gonna chill, get that stamp like always. The crazy thing about Woody Woodpecker, he's not really featured in Florida no more, and Hollywood sometimes does do merch collabs with him, which I got a merch collab with the Tram Tour for the 60th anniversary. I don't think they sell these anymore. Maybe they do still. But yeah, here we go to another attraction you guys might not know. I think it's called Backdraft. Yep, Backdraft. this was at Hollywood and Japan, not in Florida. I don't believe he's in Florida whatsoever. But anyways, so in this one we just go inside a building. We're just a kid willing to risk our lives protecting an adult. That crazy kid risking their life in a theme park. But anyways, this original attraction is a show as well. There's a bunch of flames throwing each other. It got replaced by Transformers in Hollywood, but I'm not sure what Japan got replaced by. Probably It's in the World or something like that. Who knows? Or maybe Harry Potter. I think maybe Harry Potter replaces it, right? But yeah, we're pretty much done. We got like at least 15 minutes spare, which we killed it within like 11 or 9. 10. But anyways, so yeah, we get that stamp. We get a easy game, as long as you don't catch flames, which is crazy. That have kids in there in the theme park ride attraction where they could burn alive. Either way, we're going to a more serious one, Back to the Future, another classic, which I wish we had a roller coaster of in Florida. Supposedly we are getting one in UK, but I don't know if it's Back to the Future. But why not in Florida, right? Florida should deserve it, not the Fast and Furious ride. Please, Florida, change your mind. Nah, it's already said and done. Either way, this one's a different way how to go catch Biff. We're catching Biff literally from another DeLorean. I don't know why Doc couldn't just do this himself, which is crazy. So yeah, we're bumping the car until it got enough damage for Doc to repair again. Nah, but supposedly we gotta hit it to our timeline where we want to send them. But the crazy thing is, iceberg, it can destroy you as well. And there's no dinosaur in this game, meaning like there's no dinosaur in this ride. There was a dinosaur in the original ride. I guess not in here. But yeah, we eventually destroy Biff's DeLorean, and he gets caught by the cops. In the ride is different. In the ride, he gets caught from the staff. But yeah, so yeah, it's a little different, like I said. But yeah, we get that stamp, and then we're gonna let you guys watch this cool clip.
Okay, let's go! What's wrong? One more time.
Alright, so yeah, you guys are back with me from all that clips. Yeah, so this game, even though, let's see, bring these back up, this game was obviously not as much of a masterpiece. It wasn't even based on the rides. It wasn't even based near a vision of the rides. Look, Baby Jaws was a better part of it because you're threatening a shark, and maybe Jurassic Park as well, but it's just not that memo. It was a Nintendo game, guys. It wasn't. If this was made for rated T or maybe M, probably had blood, it would have been better. But to be honest, for what it was at the time in 2001, I don't think I was even born yet. how crazy that was. I think I was born a few months after this game came out. Yeah, I'm a 24-year-old reviewing a game that's 25 years old. You know, that's crazy. I mean, maybe it's not 25 yet, but the theme park, the 25th anniversary is today, March 31st. Well, I'm uploading this March 31st. Obviously, this video has been worked on probably for 2-3 days tops. But do I like this game now? Nah, not 100%. I'd probably give it a 50% rating. But back then, this game was something to hinge off, and I mean, like, something to just escape the world for a good hour or two. You know, being in those theme park rides that are not really based on the theme park rides. Well, they are, but they're not vision from the theme park rides. If you can see the clips I'm adding up right now. But yeah, that's crazy just to think that, like, you know, think that, like, Universal and Nintendo had collabed before even collabing a big land. It's called Super Nintendo World in their theme parks, which is amazing today. It's amazing for the kids and to play games with the bands they have over there. Which, that reminds me, as soon as I get my chance to go over there, I'm getting the 5th anniversary, which is crazy. Nintendo has been there for 5 years already. It's crazy to think. And the United States has it for like 3 or 4 years as of today. But yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. In a vlog, hopefully.
Yunibāsaru Studio Japan.
Hi, I'm Steven Spielberg, and welcome to Universal Studios, a place of magic. Dewa minasan, eiga no magic no sekai e hairimashou.
Universal Studios Japan.